Hey you guys, this is the Rar Monster. I'm really sorry that I have not posted in the last 2 weeks, and this might be a day late. I've been really stressed out lately, and I've also been sick, and so yeah, so I don't know how long this video is gonna be. I expect it to be short, but it might turn out to be long. So, okay, and I'm in my basement right now. So, yeah, because it's the coolest place in the house, and Minnesota has just gotten over our horrifying heat wave, but it's still hot. So, yeah. So I'm doing 2 topics this week. I'm doing pet peeves and child abuse, and I made a couple videos with my friend on pet peeves, but she pretty much dominated the topic and was just ranting about one thing. So yeah, I love her, but I didn't know if it was in the rules for me to just post a video that was mostly someone else, so I decided not to. But I'll still post the videos. I have a couple, and I'll post them on my regular channel. So yeah, she's actually really hilarious, and her most hilarious video accidentally got deleted, which sucks, but okay, bye. Not bye. So I am talking about 2 things. I'm talking about pet peeves, and I'm talking about child abuse. And I don't have a lot of pet peeves that I realize. Usually just when I'm in a bad mood, something bothers me. I have issues with people not being able to be empathetic, because I am extremely, I get, like, other people's emotions, and other people, like, when people are going through shit, I can really absorb it, and I really feel it, and, like, I can see it from their perspective, though, sometimes I can be an asshole if I disagree with someone. Then I don't budge on my opinion on it. But it's mostly if it's something that I disagree with. Most of the time, even if I don't tell you, I am empathetic towards you, and I understand you because of my political stance on what it's about. Usually I can actually, on the inside, I can see your point of view. I'm just not admitting it. But yeah, and obviously I have pet peeves against, people obsessively using pronouns, because I think that people rely too much on pronouns too much, obviously, but, I don't know, I mean, I'm a bitchy person. I get annoyed with people, but, I don't really have any specific thing that just rubs me the wrong way that isn't trans related. I mean, I have lots of trans related things, like I hate the word she-male. It disgusts me. It makes me want to vomit. Oh, okay, so I had it, but then I lost it. Is this still filming? So I can't think of my pet peeve that I had. It was actually a really good pet peeve, but I can't remember it, so maybe I'll mention it later. But anyways, child abuse. Obviously, I'm against child abuse. I was abused as a kid. My dad was abusive in every single way. Verbally, emotionally, physically, I'm pretty sure sexually, and So, you know, I mean, like, I'm against it, and, like, I think there's, I'm coming down. I think there's a difference between abusing your kids and punishing your kids. Or, I mean, and certain kids need different things. Like, I mean, there's no need to senselessly, like, beat your kid and torture them and make them cry uncontrollably because you're pissed off at them, and not even tell them what, you know, what you're angry about. And, like, I mean, and parents will do that. Like, they'll be horrible to their child for something, and they won't even tell their child what it is. It's like, one, you're abusing your child. Two, you're being totally non-productive. And I don't think terrifying your child and hurting them, I mean, that just fucks them up, you know. And, for like spankings and slapping and stuff, I think it really depends on the kid, you know. I think, like, some kids, they don't need spankings, and they would be traumatized by spankings. Some kids need spankings. So I can't think of any kid that should get spankings, because, I just think spankings are weird anyways. It's like, on their butt. That's just, I mean, see, the thing is to me, when I think of spankings, I could think that, a pedophile that was a parent could, or a babysitter, could say something with a spanking, but then, like, sexually abuse that person or spank a child for sexual reasons. You know, like, okay, there's this little girl that I've known her since she was in diapers, and I was like 8 years old and she was like 1, and she's really going crazy right now. She's, I don't know what's going on with her. I suspect actually she might be getting sexually abused by someone, because of the way she's acting so erratic, and the way her personality has just totally switched in just a little amount of time. I mean, that's just a hypothesis that I have, but it seems consistent to what I've read about victims of sexual abuse, and also her mom has a lot of men coming through, so yeah. But anyway, she's going really, really, really crazy, really erratic. I mean, she's dangerous. She's went to a psych ward once, or twice, no, once, and, you know, she had it was like a, you know, one of those things you use for gardening. It's like a pitchfork, I don't know, but it's really sharp, and she was taking it and stabbing through a door when her little baby sister and her mother were her little baby sister and her little brother was behind the door, and she could have killed them. I mean, I think she was just so psycho, and she was just stabbing through this door, and she has literally beaten her mother, black and blue bruises all over, and her mother never fights back. And the thing is my feeling is that she just needs to get slapped in the face. You know, because she's never received any consequences for what she's done. I mean, she's been, you know, grounded, she's had stuff taken away from her, but honestly, she has 7 siblings and a nephew, and she's seriously endangering them. She could have killed them. I think she's even tried to. I mean, she's done just psycho things. I mean, she's broken every single phone in the house and unplugged all the cords and broken several things, and she's crazy, you know. And I think, honestly, when her mother's beating her up, not when her mother's beating her up, but when she's beating up her mother just punches her back a couple times. Honestly, like, maybe I'm sick and warped in some way, but I think that might help, because when I got out, when my mom took me out of the situation with my dad, I went out of control, because my mom is not very structured, and my dad was structured in a weird way, and I didn't handle that well, and I went really bad. Like, I never, like, punched my mom, and like I bit her, and I verbally abused her. Like, I called her names, and I never swore at her, though. But yeah, and I look back on that and think that I was just a really horrific child. My mom says that I wasn't horrid, but I think that I was. And honestly, looking back, I just really, really wanted my mom to fight back. I really just wanted her to, slap me, punch me, something, because that's what I needed. I felt like that's what I needed, because in some sick way, it puts a physical pain to your emotional pain, and having someone else do it takes the responsibility away from you. And looking back on it, I really felt like I needed that. Not like that much, but just a couple times, and so, though I don't think that it's much of I don't think that parents should do it unless their child really, truly, is out of control, but otherwise I don't think that you should hit kids. I don't think you should even slap most kids. I really don't think, you shouldn't even verbally abuse kids. I think you need to set high standards for kids, and I think you need to be firm with kids, and you need to let them know when you're angry at them, but you don't need to emotionally tear them down. And that's really what verbal abuse is. It's not just yelling. It's not just, occasional name calling. It's the emotional breakdown and hurt with your words, and so, yeah, that's just my thoughts on abuse, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but these are just my personal reflections on being abused and being a person that has dealt out verbal abuse out of anger, and so yeah, I hope you guys don't hate me. And update, I'm going to be starting a trans group. I'm going to be going to a group in Minneapolis through the Center for Sexual Health, or something like that. It's through the U of M, yeah, so we're going to be starting a trans group for ages 12 to 17, at the end of August, and that's going to be every 2 or 3 weeks. So, yeah, and I'm still going to my therapist. I'm going to have to drop my other therapist that I go for just regular reasons and not for trans reasons. So, yeah, and, I'm going to be starting school soon, so, but, yeah, sorry, I'm glad this turned out to be longer, though, and I'm sorry I couldn't think of my other pet peeve, but, I'm sure I have a lot of them. I just, when I'm not thinking about them, they don't bother me, when I